My name is Adam Schaefer. I'm the president and CTO here at Fullspan Solutions. And at Fullspan Solutions, we are advisors and brokers of service provider services. We work with countless service providers, but one of our most premier service providers we work with is Lumen. Lumen offers a solution called Network as a Service with Internet on Demand delivered over this service. Internet on Demand allows you to essentially change the bandwidth of your internet connection at will manually in their portal. What we've done is actually built into our solution called Unthrottle the ability to automatically, through automation, scheduling, and so forth, give you the ability to adjust that bandwidth based on your business needs. We can do this through scheduling, through automations, and that's what we're going to show you right now. Of course, if you want to learn more about this platform, reach out to us. We're happy to give you a further demo, talk about how to get started with the platform, and go from there. With that being said, let's dive into it. So first things first, this is still an early release of the platform. We expect the final version to be out soon. First of all, we have our circuits inventory, and this is pretty straightforward. These are circuits that can be brought over from your Lumen Control Center portal. We have the ability to edit the circuits. You can give them a name, you can give them tags, and the API or the integration information will be listed here as well. Very straightforward. We also then have the ability to come over here and apply automations to those services. Here you can see a couple different ones. We have a monitor trigger. We call these triggers, and what happens with a trigger is it then sets in motion some events. So here we're using a trigger to detect that a host is down. We are then going to change the bandwidth. And finally, when it's done, as long as it's been successful, we're going to send a notification. Of course, we'll also notify you if it wasn't successful. That's the general design principle of this application. Now, of course, with our automation trigger here based on a monitoring variable is pretty straightforward in that what we're doing is we're pinging a host. This could be an IP address that's on the other side of another service provider's service. So let's say you're using service provider A. If that service provider goes down, we want to take our Lumen NAS port and turn it up the whole way to make sure that the traffic that's now going to be flowing over it is going to be, the bandwidth that's allocated is going to be sufficient for that traffic. So what we do is we monitor by pinging that host. We can adjust our intervals. We can then, when triggered, the host is down, we can change the bandwidth on a particular circuit or even a group of tagged circuits, and ultimately set the bandwidth. In this case, we're going to set it to be 1 gigabit per second. And of course, when successful or if it fails, we can send a notification via email, Slack, Microsoft Teams, a couple other options as well. Of course, there's an option that's not there. Let us know. We'll see if we can't get it built into the future version. Finally, when we're done, click Save, and we go back to the main automation screen. The next is the webhook, and this is very straightforward if you're familiar with webhooks. We're essentially just taking a trigger, receiving a webhook. Here's the webhook ID, and when that webhook is received, we simply go and execute an action. In this case, we're just moving the bandwidth up to 500 megabits per second. One thing to note about this option is you do want to send or create a second webhook trigger to then turn the bandwidth back down. And again, that would be how you would integrate it with your system. Finally, let's take a look at possibly my most favorite is the ability to schedule bandwidth. So here you can see that the trigger is a schedule. It's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And what we're going to do is during that time or during that start time, we will set the bandwidth to be 1 gigabit per second. Outside of that time, we'll call it the end time. We'll set it to be 100 megabits per second. This is very useful if you're trying to align your bandwidth with a workday or with a big backup job or even some seasonality of sorts, where you just have a lot of activity later in the week or what have you. This will allow you to schedule your service to respond accordingly and be there when it's needed most. Finally, you can see, we have notifications with this one as well. Last but not least, this is an enterprise application, so we have a full event and audit log in case you need to troubleshoot or diagnose or even just understand what may have happened. This can be exported, it can be filtered by event types, you can search, and you can even see the services that may have caused some type of event. Hopefully that has been a helpful introduction to our platform. If you want to learn more, please reach out to us or reach out to your Lumen rep who is able to partner with us on this application. If you're new to Lumen services and you want to learn more there, please reach out to us as well. Link in the comments section below. As always, though, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out Full Span Solutions, and we look forward to connecting with you soon.